Hey there, fellow golf lovers, and welcome back to another episode of Tee Up with Kira. I'm your host, Miss Kira P. Today we have a fascinating topic for you, so grab your clubs, settle into your favorite chair, and let's tee off into the episode. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tee Up with Kira. I have a great friend that I call the Texas Tornado, Art Stricklin, the art of golf. How are you, Art?
Doing great. Doing great. Just back from 10 days in Scotland and now stateside for a while before I take off again. So, always good times in the golf world.
Well, that's awesome. So, where were you for 10 days?
I was in St. Andrews for a week and played all those courses, played the old course, the Castle course, the new Dunbarney Links, Kings Barnes, all those great places. And then I played, we went down to Turnberry and played the Alpha course. And then we went over to Troon where they're going to play the Open next year and played Troon and Dundonald. So great trip, all the way around, great trip.
That's awesome. So, Art, tell everybody your background and your story, how you got into golf. I know this story, but people might not know.
Yeah, well, I came out of when I came out of college. I wanted to work for a newspaper, which as the kids like to say now, you can Google it. There used to be newspapers around, and it would show up on your front porch every morning or every afternoon. So did that for about 15 years, and then I formed my own company, the Art of Golf, and so now I write for golf magazine, golf.com, and various publications, and then got a golf travel company, the Art of Golf Travel, and then I've got some PR marketing work. So a lot to stay busy, but start out in newspapers covering sports and golf, and still do some golf, and what's got going on these days.
I was going to say you are very busy. I mean, I last time I saw you, you told me that you broke the story about PGA moving to Frisco. Is that right?
Correct. That's correct. Yeah, they opened up May 2nd and had the Senior PGA Championship there at the end of May. And that's the first of 26 events they're going to have. And really, PGA of America home site, there's going to be a couple of PGA championships there, a couple of what do they call it, KPMG Women's PGA Championships going to be there. The seniors will be back. And then the Ryder Cup is coming. And only the second Ryder Cup ever in Frisco, ever in Texas, first for Frisco. So Ryder Cup, so really, PGA of America's got their headquarters there, and they're ready to roll.
That is so awesome. So, my question is, are you going to the PGA Buyers and Education Summit, I'm assuming, at the end of the month?
Actually, it's going to be in Frisco at the end of July. So I've got a call on that later on today. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. And then, so Art, how did you get into art or writing in the golf world? How did you get started? And
well, it's kind of like I said, it's been a while, but I was working for a newspaper, and I was actually the sports editor of the newspaper, and so up in Arkansas, and so this editor called me and said, "Hey, we got an opening down here in San Antonio, and you kind of a general assignment. You do a little bit of this and that, and cover some of this, whatever we need. You're kind of a journalist." And I thought about that, and I said, I'm a sports editor, and I'm kind of doing what I want to, and going here, I don't, so I wound up turning the guy down. And about 2 weeks later, he calls me back and said, "Hey, our golf writer just left at the newspaper. Would you like to be the golf writer here at the paper and cover golf?" And I said, "Well, let me think about it." And about 30 seconds later, I said, "Sure, I'll do it." So I started doing that, and did that for about 3 or 4 years, then went to work for Golf Week, then went to work for Sports Illustrated, and now golf.com, golf magazine. So been a great ride. And being based in Texas, and thank you for the nickname, by the way. I've always appreciated that. Being based in Texas, a lot going on. Obviously, you've got all the Scotty Schefflers and Jordan Spieth and Will Zalatoris, and then PG of America's moving here. Great weight Buck Trevino's still around. Jackie Burke, a champion. So there's a lot of great stuff happening in Texas.
I was going to say you forgot your boy Jordan Spieth though.
Oh,
In that,
can't forget that. No, you can't forget that.
so Art, if you could choose a song for your first walk-up song to the first tee, what would it be and why?
walk up song. Wow, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe living in America or something. I mean, we could do that. We could do, something like that. You know, I'm very fortunate to get to do what I do and, get to find something I like. And so that's why I started this golf travel company about 3 years ago, because I've been fortunate to go on a lot of places. And, Miss Kara, we've been to Florida, and we've been different places. And so I figured, why can't I take people to places that I've already been? Why couldn't I give them the same experience I have? And so, we took 8 guys to Scotland. 6 had never been before. So,
Wow.
it was like a kid in a candy store, and they're finally going to get to play the old course, the home of golf, 600 years ago, and get to play, all these other great spots and go down to Troon and Turnberry and, just a great trip. So anyway, we've done that the Masters, taking people to the Masters. They've never, been to the Masters tournament before. And so, really do a lot of bucket list stuff, but happy to help other people out because certainly I've done a lot of great, trips in my life and gone to a lot of places. So great to do that as well for others.
So what is that website, Art?
What's that?
What is that website? What is it called?
It's www.the artofgolftravel.com.
So
The
what
artofgolftravel.com.
so what are some of the trips that you have coming up?
Well, I'm actually coming up your direction, Miss Kara. In a few weeks, I'm going to northern Michigan. We're going to go up to Boyne, and we're going to Bay Harbor, which is right there on the shores of Lake Michigan. And so we've got a couple spots left for our Bay Harbor Boyne trip, and that's July 31st through August 3rd. July 31st through August 3rd. We're going to be in Boyne, and we'll play Bay Harbor and play all those great golf courses. And then in September, the 26th through the 29th, we're going to go up to Tiger Woods' Big Cedar Lodge, play his course, Paints Valley, and play Paints Valley there. We're going to play, all the great course, Buffalo Ridge, and we're staying at Big Cedar Lodge, which is awesome. So a lot of good stuff like that. And then also, Ms. Kara, I do a lot of kind of bucket list. Like a guy says, I've never been to, and I could take them to different places. We've taken some guys out to Cypress Point before. We've taken people to, different courses at Marion, Philadelphia, and places they want to go. They're in, and we've been to American Club in Wisconsin. We've been to Colorado. So what a great, kind of bucket list trips that people want to go. And I always like to say, if someone starts their sentence with, I've always wanted to go to, if that's kind of the opening sentence there, then I can probably help them. Because if you want to go somewhere, I probably could help you out doing that.
I was going to say, I know that you have all of those connections.
I've got a few, yeah. And I've been fortunate to get to know a lot of people. And so, fun times. And, I really do like taking people places they've never been. A couple of years ago, I took this father and son to the Masters. And I think the son was maybe 14 years old, something like that. And like most 14-year olds, really didn't say a word, just had his head buried in his phone almost 24/7 and working games, Tetris, or anything. So the day that we get to, the day we're going to the Masters, we're up early to go and maximize the time. And he comes over to me about 6:30 in the morning. He said, "Thank you very much for taking me to the Masters." And so, I feel good about taking people, places they've always wanted to go, never been. And so, you know, glad to do that. So theartofgolftravel.com has all the information. And then, obviously I'm still writing, covering, the Texas tournaments all were in the spring and did all that, obviously a lot of good stuff. Live Golf was in Tulsa, and
I,
so
I was there.
yeah, Live Golf was in Tulsa. So, did that. And, it's a lot going on here, but that's good because people want to play golf and a lot of great players. Like I said, the Scotty Schefflers and the Jordan Spieths and the, Justin Winter, Big Prince are all here. So it's all good.
So, Art, what is your favorite memory of attending one of the golf tournaments? What's like the moment that you were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I get to do this." I know you probably have a ton of them, but what's like your top two?
Well, I'm really fortunate to get to go with my dad. My dad still is 89 or 88, going to be 89, living in Dallas. And, we got to go in a lot of places together. And I think I could tell this story. I think the statute of limitations finally run out. So back at the Masters, you know, uh, back at the Masters, they let the media go into the clubhouse for dining and everything. And so my dad was there one time, and so I asked this guy if we could borrow his master's badge and go to the clubhouse. And I, I don't know if I can do that. I said, "Oh, I think you're pretty good." So, me and my dad went up and had lunch at the clubhouse at the Masters and up in the veranda. And so we're sitting there, and the waiter comes over, take our order, and they've got the real nice menus, a watercolor picture on it, and everything. And so the waiter said, "Do you like that menu?" And I said, "Well, it looks very nice." And I said, "I love the picture on the front." He goes, "Well, would you like to take it home with you?" And I'm like, "You can do that?" He goes, "Oh, everybody does that around here." So we took the menu back home. I've still got it up on my wall now. And knowing the Masters, the prices haven't changed either.
That is so awesome. Art, I love that. Like, so what when you go to the Masters, what is your go-to item that you always get?
Well, I mean, there's no question. The number one item you gotta have egg salad sandwich. Egg salad reigns supreme over pimento cheese. I've seen some misguided people try to promote pimento cheese, but that's just wrong. I mean, egg salad's the way to go. You need to have a Master's moon pie. Maybe an iced tea. Bag of Master chips are good, and that's all going to cost you $4.50. So I mean, you got to give them a $5 bill; they'll give you change back. So it's good to this year they brought back the peach ice cream sandwich. And if you've never had a peach ice cream sandwich at the Masters, all the dollar, by the way. I mean, you're just not doing it right. So gotta throw in a little peach ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that sounds so good. So, Art, for people that are interested in learning golf, or what are some tips and tricks that you would think you could instill on those people?
I think as long as I've been around golf, the main thing to enjoy golf is don't take it too seriously. I mean, these guys you watch on TV, yesterday, Ricky Fowler finally winning after 4 years. Man, it's their job. They should take it seriously. But you and me, when we're out there, just to have fun and enjoy it. I think it's good to take a couple lessons from your local PGA pro, maybe get some, but don't take 15 or 16 and have 20 things you got to think about. One or two things will be fine. I talked to Hank Haney one time, and he said, I teach, he taught Tiger, he's taught everybody. He goes, I teach everybody. He said, but the most gratifying I get are people that just are happy to get the ball airborne. He said, if you're able to launch the ball in the air, they think you're the greatest teacher of all time. So, if, if you can take a couple of lessons to get the ball airborne, moving it forward, just enjoy it. Jack Nicklaus had a great line one time. He said the three most important things in golf are what did you do, where did you play, and who did you play with? And he said when you think about it, the first two don't matter at all. The third one is only what counts. And so to have a good time with friends and family, I mean, to me, that's the essence of golf. And don't take it too seriously. I played with a guy one time I was working with. If he had a bad hole, he wouldn't talk to you for 2 or 3 holes because he's still mad. I was like, hey, just get over it. You'll be fine. Enjoy the game. Don't take it too seriously. And be grateful that you can be outdoors playing with people that you know and love.
Exactly. And just enjoy the nice weather. I mean, I'm letting you know, since getting back into the world of golf, it's been quite interesting to see players enjoying the game along with it is their job. I mean, I still bring up to a certain player that you know very well, and I always give him grief. I said, so have you talked to Art lately? Have you talked to Art? And he goes, yeah, it's still burgers and milkshakes for me on my off days.
Enjoy. I mean, what's the Harvey Penick line? He said, you're really not good enough to get upset about the game. And that's the way most of us are. We're out here playing not because we're great, not because we're gonna make a living out of this, because we enjoy it. And that's the key. You got to enjoy it. You got to be grateful you're outdoors, playing with people you know and appreciate. And the great thing about golf is that you compete against yourself. You don't compete against others. You want to see how you're gonna do. And I just did a story. A guy here in Waco, Texas, Clyde Smith. He's 101 years old. 101
Wow.
years old. And I asked him, I said, why are you still playing golf, Mr. Smith? And he said, every time I go out there, I think I can do better than the last time. And that's the way you always got to think that this round's going to be better than your last round. And compete against yourself. What can you do? Something that's better than you did last time. And that's all the competition you really need.
Exactly. And it's just seeing how you can improve yourself. I mean, I can't believe how long it took me to learn golf because I didn't get a proper golf lesson, but I'm just so thankful that I took that step because that's the hardest part is to take that step to learn golf. I mean, it's intimidating.
Yeah, I just say, like I said, work on a couple of fundamentals, get better from there. I was talking to a guy this week, and he said that his boss would ask him to play, and he told his boss, he said, "I don't know why you keep asking me. I'm not very good. You know, you're a lot better than I am. I'm afraid I'm going to just hold you back." And he said, "Look, Don," he said, "you know the game, you know the rules, you play fast, and you have golf etiquette. That's all you can ask for, and that's the key. Don't play slow, play fast. Know the rules, know the etiquette, and go from there."
Exactly. And talking about that, a certain strategic introduction person once asked me, why don't I play in the pro-am? And I told that person, that player, I'm not that good yet. And I would be in trouble because I would be under slow play the whole time. And he goes, you just got to have fun. Just go have fun. That's the most important And I mean, that's what people should remember. You're not going to be the professionals. You're just go have fun and play better
Right.
than you did yesterday.
Exactly right. Go have fun, enjoy it. I played some pro-ams, and the smart golfer, they realize that amateurs have paid money to do that, having a good time, and enjoy it, make it fun for them. And they got a lot of funny stories, but that's okay. Enjoy it, have a good time. Don't take it too seriously. Oh my God, that may be my pet peeve on the golf course. Is don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy yourself and move on from there. And every now and then you'll get a good shot that brings you back.
Exactly. So, Art, what's your funniest story that you could tell us about being a golf writer and getting to know the golf pros? You don't have to name names, but what is some of the funniest stories you can tell us from you interviewing players or agents or anybody? What is that
Well,
the funniest story?
well, I'll tell you, but I don't know, it's funny, but I'll tell you, this shows you that, good people are good all the time. And so one day, my assignment, a long time ago, Sports Illustrated had a radio program called Sports Illustrated Radio. And so I was going to do an interview with Ben Crenshaw. And so they sent me the information, microphone, everything. So talked to Ben before his round. This at the U.S. Senior Open at the Broadmoor up in Colorado Springs. Beautiful spot. And so Ben said, yeah, no problem. Happy to do it. As soon as I get finished today, I'll do the interview and I'll be happy to. So that's a great thing. So Ben Crenshaw, he goes out there and shoots 82 in the first round of the Senior Open. And I'd be thrilled for that. But Ben's doing it for a living, and I think he's probably last place 80. And so I felt so bad that I had to interview Ben Crenshaw, after shooting 82 in the first round. But, so I'm kind of sitting there and kind of hoping the ground's going to swallow me up. And I won't have to do it. Ben goes, oh, Art, it wasn't your fault. You didn't shoot 82 today. And so, he was so nice to talk to me and, and just a great guy. And he was, really good, and so that just shows you even pros, are happy to do that.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that going to certain events, they definitely do have a personality. I mean, it's not. I mean, you see the you see the seriousness on TV, but after they're done playing, I mean, it's a different story.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think that's why Ricky Fowler is so popular. Because Ricky obviously had won 4 years and came close to the U.S. Open, came close on it, didn't get it done, but he always there for the fans, always signs autographs, always helping. So when he finally did win yesterday,
Mhm.
playoff, everyone was thrilled for Ricky because that just shows what a good guy he is. And you'll see after the round, guys going to sign his card, and sometimes there'll be other pros hanging around just congratulate the guy. And Ricky is almost always one of the guys there to congratulate the winner. And so when he won yesterday, a lot of players were there to congratulate him.
And it's so cool to see that like it is a community and everybody just wants to support everybody. I mean, it's so great to be a part of it. I mean, truly, the golf community is so welcoming on multiple levels. It's not just the professionals. It's not the golf pros at the pro shop. It's all around. Everybody is just so welcoming. Awesome, Art. Well, I appreciate finally getting to catch up with you again, like always. But I'd like to thank you and our viewers and listeners for joining up joining us today on Tee Up with Kira.